we've made it to Lizard Island. Unfortunately, it's howling with wind. Paolo's flown in to catch up with us and go kite surfing, but it's too strong to kite surf. It's about 35 knots in the lagoon and with rain squalls, so we're hoping it calms down in a few days and we get a chance to do some kiting. But we're having a bit of a look around Lizard Island and some of the history of the joint. Watson Bay is a very good anchorage. The swell doesn't really get in there, so even though the winds were so strong, a lot of the time they were 35 to 40 knots. The boat sat reasonably comfortably.
We're now 50 miles north of Cooktown and we're looking at the exclusive resort which was built around 1973. These are the staff facilities and behind that we're looking at the airstrip. If you walk down outside the white cones, it leads you to the lagoon where the boys eagerly wanted to kite surf.
Lagoon is an amazing place. I was really hoping the wind was going to calm down and we were going to be able to put the yacht on the lagoon, which would have been really a wonderful thing to do, but there's no way we could go around there. The lagoon is on the weather side of the island. It's open to the southeast, so there's no way you could go in there in those conditions. But in calm weather, you can get a full-size yacht into the lagoon and anchor up in there around the coral and stuff. But never happened on this trip, unfortunately.
This is Cook's Lookout, which has a walking path to the peak. We're now walking back to Watson Bay from the lagoon. Watson Bay also has a tragic history. After being left alone, Mrs. Watson and her baby had to escape attack in a boiling tub and they perished from thirst on a nearby island. There are some original remnants of their home here still. So Steve, how was the wind on Lizard Island?
Very, very strong.
We anchored in at Watson Bay, didn't we?
Yeah. So we're on Lizard Island and Paolo has cooked us a feast. We call ourselves the biggest Spanish mackerel we've ever caught the other day, and Paolo's cooked it up a feast for us, and look at this, we've been spoiled.
You think I'm vegan?
He's vegan, he's not that.
I have vegetables, fennel with olive oil and balsamic vinegar, some salsa with the tomato, red onion and avocado, with a bit of a spicy, some asparagus, just pan-fried with the capers, and the beautiful mackerel just to combine everything. Under the mackerel there is a sweet potato, just seasoning with salt, pepper and extra virgin olive oil. That's for you. That's for my friends here in Lizard Island.
Yes.
Yay!
All right. Rainy and 35 knots in Lizard Island.
Yes.
But
we're stuck here for a while.
Yeah, we're stuck here for a while.
Yes. It's very wild and woolly.
It is wild and woolly. Alright, let's see.
Mackerel is quite sweet as fish.
Next morning, Steve took the kite surfing gear in his dinghy to the other side. Paolo and I discovered the Marlin Bar.
We tried to take the dinghy around with all the gear, but it got so rough. We got about halfway around there and then aborted and turned around and went back. Poor old Paolo and Sandy walked around to the lagoon, which was about 5 miles, to meet me, and I wound up going back and they had to walk back again.
So Steve, what's happening?
We are having our second attempt at getting to the lagoon to go kite surfing. Is it working? Flashing a red light though. And so, a lot of walking that day, but we did manage to get a couple of kites in the end, so that was good.
Lizard Island is us!
beach on Lizard Island. We've finally got a sunny day. So we're snorkeling.
Even though there's a lot of sharks and stuff there, they didn't tend to be a problem to us snorkeling. Lots of turtles, giant clams, biggest clams we've ever seen. You know, these things were sort of over a metre in diameter. Quite colourful. Yeah, the reef was in good shape.
Steve and Paolo are trying again to kite surf, so I am climbing the 358 metre mountain to check out Cook's Outlet. It's absolutely amazing views looking from Watson's Bay back to the lagoon. Look, there is their kite. Hilarious, I can see it from here. I thought they'd be at the pub. Glad it's not so grey today, but oh my god, it's a very steep ascent, but it's just gorgeous. Okay, the other side of the island. Lizard Island is very close to the edge of the continental shelf, and this area of islands and reefs can be seen from the moon. It's been World Heritage listed since 1981. Out here though, we're looking at McGilvray Reef. Aboriginal elders advise on management of this island to help visitors understand their special cultural places. There's a lot of history here. The boys kite surfing. And there, I think, it's the top of the freaking hill. I like it here. I need a flag, a sandy sailing flag. Made it to the top of Lizard Island. So that's the research centre near the runway. Down here is the resort. Over here are all the boats. Brigadoon there in front of the Reef Ranger. How good is the colour, hey? Lift off! In August 1770, Lieutenant James Cook navigated through the dangerous waters of the Great Barrier Reef. He climbed to the high point of this island, only to find a reef of rocks extending further than I could see, upon which the seas broke in a dreadful surf. Cook noticed a narrow break in the reefs which offered an escape to the open sea. Today that channel is called Cook's Passage. Along with detailed and accurate charts of the coast, Cook left a legacy of names still used today, such as Cape Tribulation, Cape Flattery. On naming Lizard Island, Cook's log reads, "The only land animals we saw here were lizards, which occasioned my naming the island Lizard Island." There are also on this hill rock formations built by Aborigines for ceremonial purposes. They're possibly thousands of years old. The fact that it was used as Aboriginal ceremonies might explain why Mrs. Watson was so savagely attacked. The rock formations are a few hundred metres down the hill from here. This aid to visitors was provided by MIM Holdings Limited, the Mount Isa group of companies. 92 kilometres to Cooktown. There you go, Steve, 1,620 kilometres to Brisbane. In Wellington, if you want to go back to New Zealand, it's that way, 4,090 kilometres. Okay, a long track back. Now this is where the lizards live. They scared me coming up. I think I saw lizards in here. That's my little one. It's there. There he went. Here's one. Can you see it? You see him? He's beautiful.
Okay, so we've made it to Lizard Island, a place that I've always wanted to get to. We've enjoyed ourselves here, but it's time to turn around and start heading south. So hopefully a few northerlies will turn up. So follow our travels back down to Brisbane. See ya. Subscribe.